is traded on the Uganda Security Exchange under the ticker name symbol UCL. And it's, of course, the 15th most valuable stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange, with a market capitalization of about 16 billion Ugandan shillings. And that's about 0.77% of the Uganda Securities Exchange. And when we look at some of the statistics here, it has hit highs of, probably 19. We've seen also lows of as low as 10 and then below 10. Somewhere in 2021, it went to very low prices, below 10 shillings, maybe 6, 7, and 8, and 9. And so, yeah, it's a company as, as a whole. And we look up to a better performance there at the close of the markets today, probably. You never know. Anything is possible. Wumeme Limited, down to Wumeme now. Wumeme at 237.81 was also another loser on the market yesterday, about 0.5. And Wumeme Limited also is one of the actually that has been changed for quite some time, not so long ago, listed only in 2012, but with a good reputation on the stock exchange. It was first incorporated, of course, in Uganda as a private limited company on the 6th of May 2004, and later on in 2012 it was converted into a public limited company, and under the Companies Act of 2012. And Wumeme Limited is a subsidiary of Wumeme Holdings, which is itself a subsidiary of Actis Infrastructure 2 LP, an investment fund under the management of Actis through a holding company in Mauritius, Actis Infrastructure Wumeme Limited. And it's because it took over the distribution and supply of electricity in Uganda. That is from the Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited, and under the concession period of about 20 years, commencing March 1st, 2005. Wumeme is listed on the exchange and since November 30th of 2012, and it's traded on the exchange with the ticker name UMEM, as you can see on the screen here, and its capitalization of about 374 billion Ugandan shillings, and is the most valuable stock on the market, which makes it about 1.8% of the Uganda Securities Exchange equity market. That is Wumeme there, small company there for you. It's the most valuable stock and has the highest, probably even in terms of turnover, when you look at the quarterly reports from the Capital Markets Authority for the year beginning to January to March, that is through February. Actually, Wumeme was the leading company with the leading turnover, followed by Stanbic Bank there, of course. And so we are seeing it at 230 after a slight drop there of about 0.5 cents. And then down to Jubilee Holdings, who was another loser on the market, losing by about 52.53 Ugandan shillings. And you see it actually, it's trading at 8,062.91 Ugandan shillings at the moment. And that is, of course, the stocks as they traded. Remember, on Uganda Security Exchange, we have 18 listed companies. 10 of these are locally listed from the domestic companies here in Uganda, and 8 of them are cross-listed from our neighbor, mostly from the Nairobi Securities Exchange. And that is how the stocks played out yesterday. You can take part of this action. If you are willing, you can approach a stockbroker who can open for you an SCD account. And this SCD account will be able to help you to store or keep your shares, and also be able to access shares if you want to trade with other people on the market as well. It's like a bank account where you keep your money, but in this case we are keeping shares on or securities, other securities. Even when you buy a bond, when you buy a treasury bill, they will go onto your equity. They will go onto your security depository account, and that is definitely where you'll be able to access them. Now, looking at the trading day summary for yesterday, at the end of yesterday's session, a total of about 1,032,112 shares that was traded yesterday on the exchange, and the total market value was about 105.29 million. 105.29 million was the value of the shares yesterday, and the current market capitalization of Uganda is 20.8 trillion Ugandan shillings. That is the total value of the shares that are listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange. In aggregate, only 4 Uganda Security Exchange listed equity to participate in trading, and of course of these we had only one gainer. That is MTN Uganda, already mentioned, is trading at 177. He began the day with about 170, ended the trading day with about 170. That is MTN Uganda on the gaining side there, enjoying that space alone. And then on the losing side, we had the Uganda Clays Limited, who came out last with an end of day price depreciation of about 6.3%. And he came out, of course, at the bottom, and after him down from the bottom, he was followed by Umeme at a loss of 3%. Then Kenya Airways came in next at 0.65%, and then Nation Media Group came in as well at 0.65% depreciation. MTN Uganda also not only was the top gainer yesterday, but he recorded the highest volume that was traded on the market, a volume worth about 509,193 shares that was traded. And then Stanbic Bank Uganda, Stanbic also traded about 89,600 shares, while Umeme Limited traded about 17,700 shares on the market yesterday. Regarding the performance of the Uganda Securities Exchange indices, the benchmark Uganda Securities Exchange All Share Index climbed up by about 0.3%. That is about 3.62 points above the mark yesterday, and the points closed to about a point of about 1,009.24 points by the close of the market yesterday. And then overall, there was a 1 week gain of about 7%, which is a good thing. 7% meaning if you count 1 week backwards, we have gained value by about 7%, and at a 4 week loss of about 14.88%. And an overall year-to-date of about 14, that is a year-to-date loss of about 14.88%. Regarding the performance of the local company share index, this is the index that monitors the performance of local companies on the Uganda Securities Exchange. It increased by about 2.19% to reach 269.75 Ugandan points, actually, and making it a 1 week gain of about 0.1%, and a 4 week loss of about 4.65%, and year-to-date loss of about 16.91%. Generally speaking, the market played out quite well yesterday, and the day of trading is open, and we are seeing that at exactly 9 a.m. That's when the bell, which used to be sounded actually, the exchange back then before 2015, when the Uganda Security Exchange went online. We used to have a bell. Stockbrokers would be waiting enthusiastically to trade on behalf of their clients on the market. And definitely now the action is on. All you have to do is to actually get that money and start investing Remember, the best way, as all the brokers on the show, from the Capital Markets Authority, people from the Uganda Security Exchange are going to commend, always invest for the long term. If you're investing in the stock market, try to make sure you don't need that money for the next year, if I told you, to actually benefit from this kind of market, because this is patient capital. You need to have patient capital where you put money aside, knowing that after a good given period of time when it has actually made me some returns. Also, being a listed company is also a very beneficial thing to the company. So if you're out there and you would want to get listed on the exchange, or approach the Uganda Securities Exchange, they have a criteria unto which you must follow: proper books of account, good governance, proper management, and all these put together, they will be able to list your company on the exchange, so you can actually raise capital from some of these ventures rather than going to take a loan. Of course, with the interest rates, not something good or healthy for a business at the moment. We're going to a short break, but when we return with the Nairobi Stock Exchange and other exchanges around Africa, how exactly did these exchanges fare over the last 24 hours? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.